Actually, there isn't a lot that I don't know about Graham, which makes you wonder why he asked me to do this speech. But some of you may not know the following facts. I can assure you they're all 100% true. You remember Gladiators? Not the mid-90s one that you're fashioning, the Ian Wright really bad 2008 remake. Graham tried to enter as a contestant. However, he really struggled with the application form. Particularly the question, if you were a gladiator, what would your gladiator name be? Graham thought about this for a week or two, deliberated, slept on it a few times. He eventually came up with Graham. He eventually came up with Graham the Goliath. That's only the first thought. Some of you were there when England lost the Rugby World Cup final. He was broadcast live on national TV. Tears rolling down his chin, sobbing into a barely touched pint of beer. He was 23. On his first day of secondary school, when you're really trying to make a good impression, you want everyone to think you're really cool, Graham wore Velcro shoes. After lunch every day, Graham used to request time on the sofa with Sue. They'd cuddle up, have a doze. Maybe Sue would read him a book. For reasons better known to him, Graham used to refer to this as sloppy time. He once watched the romantic comedy Hitch, starring Will Smith, 3 times in 5 days.
With you?
What an amazing day it's been. But also, how generous of Zoe to allow this most grown-up and adult of occasions to be the perfect representation of our early teenage years. A sleepover at Graham's house, an afternoon playing in Bill and Sue's garden in Northleach, and then the evening at Stoll Park, playing in the evening sun. If everything goes to form, then all we're waiting for now is Graham's German exchange student Harold to be assaulted on the football pitch by members of the Hewitson family.
Good tackle, mate, good tackle.
Or for Sue to phone up Neil and Gillian and demand that Graham goes home right now because he has not yet completed his piano practice. Or, in later years, for me to be projectile vomiting on the Hewitson doorstep at the very moment they return to their teenager-filled house. That one might still happen, Julius, but...
Just a teenager.
Despite the fact that a pizza, 2 beers, and a sing-along to Don't Look Back in Anger still counts as a wild night for Graham, we should recognise Lord Broom has done some real growing up since the mid-90s. If only it was as much as his rapidly receding hairline implies. It's nothing on wheels, but that's enough. Sport has been one constant in Graham's life. Rugby, where his brave tackling belied his diminutive size at school. At cricket, where I believe when he worked at Telsis in Southampton, he spent 3 weeks talking about his batting average and how he should definitely open in that one game of the season. He got a duck. And tennis, which has always featured highly. And at school, he rose to be the captain of the first 11 football team. This was an achievement in itself, considering A, he was perennially injured, B, he played in goal until the age of 12 because his primary school sports teacher thought he was too cocky to play outfield. And C, he's really not very good at football. If you're looking for evidence for this, I'd point you towards the 1994 FA Soccer Skills Camp. Graham and Chris went on this camp. Graham, how many stars did you receive?
Farce. Absolute farce. 3.
3 stars. Chris, how many stars did you get at this camp?
That'll be 4 stars.
4 stars. If you've ever seen Chris play football, any sort of athletic pursuit, you'll know how dreadful Graham was.
Zinedine Zidane stole part.
That's even better. One lesson that Graham has learned, though, is never to go sport with Will. They've been rally driving. In Will's dad's Mini. Which ended up upside down, having rolled through a Cotswold stone wall. They've also been bareback horse riding on... I said bareback horse riding, I don't know what you're implying. On Will fiance's Rachel's horse. This resulted in Graham being bucked upon a field and finally thrown into an electric fence. They should stick to playing tennis, although Will disagree, because in 18 years he's yet to beat Graham. He's also been a lover of the outdoors. It's Graham, not Will. As part of Sue's Duke of Edinburgh group, we spent many a weekend in the hills. We'd poo in holes, we'd eat some emergency rations on the first morning, and then in the evening, Graham and I would play it really cool while Chris kissed all the girls. Thinking about it, it's hard to believe. Thinking about it, it may have been his status as a pair of gooseberries that led Sue to confess to having the world's weirdest dream. You can't all go. Sue was walking through North East Park. The sun was shining, the birds were singing. She turned a corner to the tennis court, only to find Graham and I vigorously snogging in the corner.
This was still in the dream.
I do hope you consider Zoe to be a step up. Since then, cycling, climbing and triathlons have become 3 of Graham's major hobbies. And these have enabled him not just to be incredibly boring when it comes to talking about kits, but also to make friends outside of our crew from school. Normally we're very suspicious of this. When we go up within 10 miles of here, we're normally not bothered. But having just returned from Graham's sad weekend in the Lake District, I can safely say we are all now the firmest of friends. It's amazing how close you get when 20 boys are sharing a house with only one mum. I won't bore you all with stag stories, but I will later if you want to buy me a drink. But you can imagine how strong Graham's lad credentials are. After all, this is the man that bought a hot tub with Chris and I, only to return it once you've read the internet reviews. It would have been amazing. In keeping with this trend, Graham's the first stag I've been on where we had Saturday afternoon nap time. Well, actually, there were 4 naps built into the schedule, so it did pretty well. And he also had a doctor's certificate that prevented him from drinking beer. Thankfully, we had Jing with us to rescue us, and if you want more stag stories, talk to him later. Music has always been Graham's other love. He's 13, he jumps on stage sporting a pair of lederhosen and treated us off the piano accordion at Page Grammar School European evening. The rock star status that this afforded him gave him a bug for live performance. We have representatives here from all of his former bands. At school there was Curb Crawler, when they weren't suffering from artistic differences, due to Will proposing they play highly inappropriate 90s punk rock covers, they produced an EP and spent 2 years playing the pubs of Cheltenham before going out in the blaze of glory at the 2002 Page Grammar School rock concert. Durham University, there was Penfold 8 and the Collective, and their appearances at Grade A kept Graham with promotional t-shirts for many years to come. Since then, Graham's returned to his piano accordion roots, and currently be found in Honky Tonk, London's foremost Cajun blues band. We do have a YouTube channel. You can like us on Facebook. Talk to Dougal Grimes at the end for future gig listing. And this sweet music was to continue when, 2.5 years ago, you said 3.5, which is confusing. I thought it was 2.5.
Carry.
You met Zoe. Of course, true to form, Graham wooed her in the smoothest way possible. Over the internet. On his iPhone, playing words with friends. Many a night he would be sitting on the sofa in Cedar Terrace, Hitch on the telly. I'd be trying not to sob, and Graham would be curled up on the other sofa, giggling away, staring at his phone. "What are you laughing at, mate?" I say, while he ruined Will Smith, pulling his heart out to Eva Mendes. Nothing, mate. In response, nothing, don't worry. And then 20 seconds later, he'd be in paroxysms of coy and excited giggles again. My suspicion was that they were deliberately playing suggestive words in some god-awful attempt at flirting. But then I remembered how dreadful Graham is at spelling. I can guarantee that even having been given a B, an O, an N, an E and an R, he would still have struggled to come up with anything better than Rob. Somehow, I'm behaving, it's not true. Somehow, the lovely Zoe saw through his enormous grumpiness and his passive boredness, and soon they were very serious and very well suited couple. Zoe was so smitten, and she alluded to this earlier, she even agreed to go on some climbing and biking trips with Graham and his friends. At which point, of course, Judge Beers was excited with the prospect of more kit, and went straight out to purchase her both a mountain bike and some climbing shoes. Since Graham popped the question, Zoe's use of either piece of equipment has been somewhat limited. How many bike trips?
Zero.
How many times have you used the climbing shoes?
What climbing shoes?
You can stop pretending now. You're out. Graham and Zoe's relationship is so strong, it even survived a period where the three of us lived in the same two-bedroom flat. After I moved out, however, Graham took a while to adjust, and there was one cold winter's evening where Zoe had come home early, cooked a lovely dinner, and they were curled up on the sofa watching TV. They put the plates down, they pulled the blanket closer around them, and Graham looked down at her with true love in his eyes and said, "Joe." We are all incredibly lucky to have Graham as a friend. A more loyal and generous friend it is hard to imagine. But it's certainly possible to imagine the last 18 years without him there. We're even luckier, however, that he has found Zoe. We've had the chance to get her so well, to get to know her so well over the last 2.5 years has been an absolute pleasure. Graham and Zoe, I count you both amongst my greatest friends, and it's been an utter privilege to have spent so much time with you, and to have watched you become the incredible couple we're sitting here today. From the early days in Cedar Terrace, to the 2 trips you made to Australia, which is twice more than he ever visited Chris and I in Nottingham in 4 years. I can honestly say that I've never seen Graham as happy, as relaxed, or as ungrumpy. A couple as unique and as special as you deserve a unique and a special day. And there can be no doubt that today has been that day. I'll ask you all to charge your glasses, stand, you raise a toast To the happy couple.
Happy couple.